Open a book, discover the world. We can read together, explore with me. The adventure begins, the words come alive. There's so much to choose, come read with me. Read with me. Read with me. Read with me.
I'm your host, Darla Lane. I'm the assistant to the dean here at the IUE School of Business. And I have with me today Seth and Jaden. And we're here for the READ program, which stands for Read, Explore, Ask, and Discover. Very good. So one of the exciting parts about this is we get to talk about lots of different things, and something that I'm interested in is photography. Have you guys ever taken any pictures?
No.
Yes and no. What did you take a picture with? A camera or a phone?
I took a picture with a phone and a camera.
And a camera, yeah. No pictures?
One.
Yes?
Just with a phone.
With a phone. See, that's the neat part. That it used to be that hardly anybody had cameras because they were so expensive. And some of them, when they first started, were so big. They were like as big as this table. Can you imagine a camera as big as the table? But
bigger than me.
Bigger standing up on their stands, they were as big as you. But now there are cameras that are smaller, so there's lots of different ways to take pictures. So we have here some older cameras that someone let us use just so we could see what they look like. But I wanted to talk a little bit about photography now and what kinds of things that you can do when you take pictures. But we also want to make sure that we're following our program, which is Read and Explore and Ask and Discover, because when I want to learn about something, including photography, what do you think I did?
You just you took photos and put them into a book.
I did, but what about if I want to learn about it?
Then
I did. You are right, Jaden. I did some reading. And a friend of mine loaned me this book called Snowflake Bentley, and it's actually kind of fun because it is history plus a story. Have you ever read books like that, where it tells you a little bit about history, but it's in a story way? What did you have to say, Seth?
Yes, and also down at where I came from, the library teacher read us that book.
You've already read this book. How cool is that? Well, Jaden, Seth could let you know this book is a lot of fun, and it talks about the history of photography. It does. And what did he take pictures of? Snowflakes.
But no one cared about it.
That's right. But he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then his pictures were used and still are used in some very important places. So what I wanted to make sure that we talked about is the fact that when we're learning about something, we can find it in books, and sometimes it's just information, and sometimes it's information in the format of a story. So I think this was a pretty cool book. I'm excited that you had already read it. Then there's another book I wanted to share with you. This one's called Shadows and Reflections. What do you think it's about?
Shadows and reflections.
What are shadows? Have you ever done shadows?
Shadow
reflection, like it's sunny outside, like there's shadows.
That's right. And when you're taking pictures, you have to be really careful about where your light is coming from when you're taking pictures in photography, because if you're not careful, you'll get shadows or reflections where you don't want them. So this book is, do you think they did it accidentally or on purpose?
Purpose.
Probably on purpose. Although some of them they might have captured accidentally. They didn't realize that they had them. So this is a really fun book. What did you notice about this book that's a little bit different than other books?
That, they have shadows and reflections.
Right, but what is it missing?
Words.
Words. Look at that.
That's
A book with no words.
Wait, that's just a picture book. You don't need to read anything.
You don't need to read. But what could you do with a picture book? What's so fun about a picture book?
You can
Write.
You could write. What could you write, Jaden?
About shadows and reflections.
Yeah, what you saw in whatever you see. And that's a fun part I think about taking pictures is you can write stories about them. You could take a picture of just about whatever you wanted to, and you could write a story about it, whether it's something that you did or maybe even a make-believe story. So what I wanted to talk to you about too is, and we started looking at this earlier, this is the camera that I have, and it's pretty heavy. It's a type of camera that maybe a professional might use, although I am not a professional at all. But what we talked about earlier was a camera works a lot like which part of your body?
The face.
Which part in particular?
Eyes.
Your eye, that's right. And there are words that are part of your camera that are actually words that describe parts of your eye, like a lens. A lens is a part of your eye, and a lens is a part of a camera. So I was telling Seth earlier that we have to be very careful with, well, for a camera in particular, but one place in particular on the camera we have to be very careful. Did you remember what I said?
Because
So it doesn't have to be blurry.
That's right. And which part of it was that? That's
arm
right.
part.
Do you remember what this is called?
close it.
A lens cover. That's all it is.
Oh, yeah.
So if this is a lens cover, which part's the lens? That's right. that's the lens. And that's the part where when the camera is taking the picture, that's what the camera is seeing through there. So if that part gets all dirty and messy,
clean
then
it.
that's right, you do. And then your picture would be all blurry and messy on your well, it used to be film a long time ago. Now it's all digital, but it would be all blurry and messy, and that's not going to be a very good picture.
Mostly when people are about to eat, they have a camera on them, they usually put it on this so that way it wouldn't get messy.
Very good, very good. You have to be very careful. So you'll see people carrying these lens covers around and putting them on and off a lot. I used to usually carry mine in my pocket and put it on and off a lot because I don't want it to get messy. Yep. So, what am I doing when I'm doing this? Do you know what that's
You're
called?
making it go more out.
That's right.
It's like when you do it in, it makes it goes out, and then when it goes in, it makes it go farther.
Okay, so I'm going to let you look through here and look at Seth, okay? Now we're going to move this. What does that do to him?
It makes them
Does it make him look bigger or smaller?
bigger.
It does. It does. It zooms in on him. It's called a zoom lens. What do you think? Want to do it again?
When he does that, it looks like that his eyes just getting bigger.
Oh, can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, let's switch sides. Now you take a look at Jade. Are you ready?
Yep.
Oops. Can you see him?
Yo, baby.
Okay, now why would I want to do that? Why would I want to make something bigger?
Maybe because, well, you want the,
Can't really
the
see.
face. Maybe
You
we
can't
just
see
want-
it.
And maybe you just want their whole entire face.
Yes.
Or like because some people, like, when they take pictures, they have them take a picture of their face and their body.
That's right. You want to make sure you're taking the picture of the part that you really want. So if you want more of their face, like you said, then you could zoom in. What happens if I want to take pictures of, let's say, a deer or a moose or a fox?
You zoom in.
Why would I have to do that?
So, because you can't really see that far away.
Because what happens if I try to get close to the animal?
They run away.
That's right. That's
like,
right.
So they'd be like,
That's right. So, like, if we wanted to take pictures like this of a moose or the foxes, do you think that they're sitting right beside them taking their picture? Probably
they,
not.
Far away.
They're
if,
farther
and if they
away.
hear a noise, they'll be like,
They're going to run away. That's right. So, have you ever seen any lenses larger than this?
no.
No,
Yeah.
I have. I've seen.
About, like, one of them about like that.
I've seen lenses that are like this long. Can you imagine having a lens that long on your camera?
No.
That would be pretty. This is as big of a zoom lens as I have, and it does okay for what I need to do.
And this is like the replacement.
It is another lens. That's right. This one's actually called a portrait lens. Do you know what a portrait? Oh,
Yes.
Smaller.
I do.
it is smaller. Do you know what a portrait is? Who am I taking a picture of usually if I'm taking a portrait? Yeah.
Whoever that you're facing.
A person, that's right. I'm taking usually a portrait would be, if I wanted to take a picture of Jaden, I'm going to take a picture of him maybe from here up. Usually that's a good portrait kind of deal. So I'm not going to be taking a picture of him very far away. I'm going to be pretty close to him. And so do you think this zooms?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope, doesn't at all.
Oh.
This one doesn't zoom at all.
I
This
get
one
it.
does, but this one doesn't zoom because I'm going to be sitting closer to you when I take the picture. Pretty cool, huh? I wanted to show
There's
you.
a little thing in there.
Oh, that's the, yep. That's, yeah, this is the, oh, actually, this is the lens part, and then or the part that faces out, and then this is the part that attaches to the camera. So I would take,
That off.
be careful not to get any part of the lens dirty,
And then you take you connect it and then you just put it on.
like that.
And just that.
And then I
slide
take, yes, I always cover it up. Whoops, just a second. Wait a minute, I have to line it up. See, there's a dot there and a dot here. And then you hear a, whoop, whoops, there, click.
Oh wait. I get it because when it's out
lines
that
it up.
you have to push the button, then it just stays
Now you
there.
can look through there and see what you see.
It looks farther.
Isn't
And it looks blurry.
Yep. So you don't zoom, but you're focusing on him. You want to look?
Yeah, sure. Why are you bluey?
Any better?
Nope.
No?
Now I do.
Okay. See? And that's more of a portrait lens. Okay? So I wanted to talk a little bit about different kinds of pictures. We talked about a zoom lens and wanting maybe to take a bigger picture of something. Have you ever heard the word macro?
Nope.
Macro.
I had macaroni.
Macaroni. It's the same. It starts with the same kind of thing. Macro means large in scale.
He's like a lot to remember.
It does.
Large is like huge and big.
That's right.
Tall.
Huge and big. So, have you ever seen a fly
Yes.
that big?
No.
No. So what would I call that?
Humongous.
Macro photography. It would be called macro photography. So what they've done is they've taken a little. How big is a fly?
Like that big.
Little, right? And look how large. Oh, I would be scared if I saw a fly that big, wouldn't you?
I'll just tell.
Probably like a bee.
It would be very
I'll take
scary.
off its legs.
So what they did, and they even said here, a macro lens, where they have special lenses so that you can take pictures of something that's very, very small and make it very, very large.
What is
So,
that little yellow thing right there?
oh, parts of the fly. I'm not very knowledgeable about parts of a fly. But isn't that cool? And that's out of what is this? Is this a book?
Yeah, it's a magazine.
A magazine. A magazine. So we can read books about photography. We can read magazines about photography. Where else do I find information about photography?
In books.
Books and magazine. Where else do you find information about anything?
Your friends, possibly.
That's true. I do have some friends. In fact, I had a very specific question about photography, and I emailed a friend. What would I use to email my friend?
A computer.
A computer. So where else can I look for information about photography?
On your phone.
On my
or
computer. Yeah. Don't you realize? You Google it.
Yep.
Do you ever Google anything? If you don't
Yeah.
know something, you
On
can
my
Google
mom's phone, she has Google.
it. So anyway, what did we call this? This is called
And macro.
macro photography, which means we're making it
Bigger.
bigger. That's right. So, another thing I wanted to talk about is where you can go to take pictures.
And that's like a big
It's a
bird that has a
flamingo.
big heart.
It is a big
flamingo.
bird. Where would you see a flamingo?
Down in Australia.
Have you ever been there?
No.
No.
But I always
In
wanted
a
to move
zoo. Did you hear Jaden?
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever been to the zoo, Seth?
300. I went there when I was only 2 years
When
old.
you were 2?
And then
Yeah.
I broke
Yeah.
my ankle.
That's
What kinds
like-
of things
that's
would you
really
see at the?
weird because those birds cannot, they cannot, they won't be able to fly.
But they all
Because they
fast
have
runners.
because they have a big chest.
I've been taking.
And they can
I've
beat
taken
on it.
pictures at the zoo before. Did you ever take pictures at the zoo?
You would also find
What kinds of things would I take pictures of at the zoo?
Monkeys, gorillas.
Lions,
Yeah.
bears, polar
Do you
bears.
think I would ever see
Fish.
polar
I mean-
bears or penguins or anything?
Yeah.
Me other
Shark-
than at the
sharks.
zoo? Do you think I would
No.
ever be able to do that?
Wait, yeah.
I'd have to go
All over
pretty
down.
all over the world, wouldn't I? And I probably won't be able to do that. But
Baby
that's the neat thing
sharks.
about taking pictures is I can visit places like the zoo and take pictures, and then I can remember what it would be like to visit with them and see them, and I don't have to travel all over the world. I can just take pictures at
like
the zoo.
penguins are at a museum or aquarium.
Aquarium. I've been to an aquarium. Yeah,
Like,
those are fun.
I've been on this road trip to last year at Galileo, and we went to this museum, and we got our face painted, and we petted baby sharks.
Oh, that would be cool.
It
That would
was
be
just
cool.
like swimming on them.
Yes, sir.
When I was in like kindergarten and I was down at in Bill, I was like little, and I was at the zoo. There was like a little glass pot that we walked into underneath the ocean.
And
there
you
was
got
dolphins.
to see dolphins. That would be fun to take pictures of. What's that?
Cat.
Yeah.
That ain't no cat.
Yeah, it's a cat underneath
Oh, it's
a
underneath a wall.
rug.
A rug.
I thought it was
Yeah.
a mop.
A mop. That looks like a mop, yeah. So this particular magazine was talking about places in the world that you could take pictures. Where would you like to go so you could take pictures?
Let me think.
Where would you like to visit? I'd like to go to Alaska.
I'll move
I'd
to
like
Alaska and with you.
I would like to take pictures of Alaska.
What?
Australia.
Australia. You know, we were talking about taking pictures of people close up. Look at that. Would you ever think about
The eyes are mine.
Big.
Let's look.
big, aren't they? Had you ever
Eyelashes.
taken a picture? What do you notice about her eyes? Because you
Eyelashes are so weird.
because you've taken a bigger pic. Usually you see the whole face of someone. Do you think? Do you like that picture?
No,
Not really.
Not
it's
particularly.
I think she has that over her because it's popular.
Oh, you noticing the scarf that she has on her. Do you like those kinds of pictures where it's just a small part of someone?
No,
Not really.
You'd rather see their whole face? Yeah.
no. I would just rather see the this whole entire body.
The whole Another way of taking pictures that I saw in this magazine, which was really pretty cool, is did you know that when they first took pictures, for one, when they took pictures a long time ago, did they have colors in them? No, they were just black and white. So, and they usually took pictures of people. Okay, and how do you think they usually? We talked about this earlier when somebody was trying to take a picture of us. Do you think they smiled really big? Have you seen old pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did they smile really big?
Yeah.
Really long time
You
ago.
go like this.
Look at his picture. Look at his face.
He's not smiling.
Not smiling at all. Used to be when
Because
they
he's a
took
smile.
pictures, they would sit. Can you sit up really tall? They would sit up really tall, put their hands really, and then they would look at the camera, and then that's how they. And they had to sit really still for a while so that it wouldn't be blurry. The picture wouldn't be blurry. But that's what they did. No smiles. Everyone just sat there.
This is weird because, like, in the old days, they used to have cameras when they take a picture, and then there's like a sheet of paper that the picture comes out of the bottom of the
Yeah,
camera.
instant camera. Yeah, I used to have one of those. Yeah, I used to have one of those. And then you had to wait for a few minutes for the picture to develop. And that was also the time when cameras, not this camera, other cameras had film in them. You had to put the film in, and then when you wanted to get the pictures, you had to take the film out and take it to a store, and you left your film there, and then you would come and get your pictures. Do you know how I order my pictures?
Oh,
Internet?
Over the internet, I do. I just send them through the internet, and then they
you
send them
would
to me
print
in the
it.
mail. That's
and
pretty
then you
cool.
would print it, and then if
Like-
you want people to see what it is, you would turn it into, I don't know, say Walmart or Marsh,
Uh-huh.
and then you'll get money.
Yeah, and I have to.
Like, some people, like, they order the phone cases or, like, different kind of things, and then, like, the next day or, like, the next few weeks, it comes.
Yes, my pictures come very quickly. So what are they taking pictures of here? This
The
is
Civil War.
That's right. So there are some people that go to different kinds of
History.
history kinds of places, and then they take pictures, and they call it. You know what they call it? Historical reenactment.
Historical reenactment.
Reenactment, And that's
It's
where.
really sad because on the because some people, like people's dads or something, like during war, and then they're like supposed to come home the next day, and they're actually like dead.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
It is sad. You're right. So this is when these pictures are when someone went to a place where they reenacted or they kind of acted out what it might have been like for them in a particular place at a particular time. And they were outfits or costumes, uniforms of that time period. And so you can take pictures there. Who do you like to take pictures of? Who do you think you would like to take pictures of if you could take pictures?
I've only took one picture.
But if you had a camera, a nice big camera like this, who would you like to take pictures of?
Football player.
A football player? Like what kind of football player? Would you like to go to a football game? Is that what you're talking about? Like a professional football game? Yeah?
I would like well, if I was growing up and I had a camera, I would like go to the go on down somewhere so that way I can see
Like
the
that.
whales and dolphins. So I can just
Some
take
people take pictures of people. Like if you go to the mall, they have like a photo booth. And
I just happened to bring something like that. I
They
was
have a
going to
photo
show
booth
all
and-
different kinds of pictures.
and they like, take pictures, and it comes down like a big.
Like this? Yeah, a photo booth. And they have them where you can like have these little photo booths at like your parties and stuff. You don't even have to go to the mall anymore. So what kind of pictures do these take? Are they large or small or?
Small.
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 If you cut them out, then this is
They're very small, yeah.
Like they're large, but when you cut them, they're small.
Very small, yep. And so you get like a strip of pictures. Yep, that's one way we can get pictures. This is another thing that somebody did with pictures.
yeah, they put the line.
They put pictures in here, and this is actually says thank you.
And they
Have
have
you ever
like they had like on the picture so it doesn't get ripped. They put plastic.
It's coated. Yes, it's coated. And this person took their pictures. It's actually my son named Seth. Took his pictures because he got to go on a trip to help people. And when he came back, he wanted to say thank you to the people who had given him some money so he could do that trip. And so he took some pictures of things that he had done while he was there. And he added it to a card that said thank you. And he sent it to the people that had helped him make the trip. So that's another way you can use pictures. I think another thing fun about pictures is it can remind you of a particular thing that you did or a particular season of the year. So if you saw this picture, Christmas. Now, why do you think it's Christmas?
Because there's a Christmas tree and presents.
That's right. That's right. And why would I
family
think
reunion.
that's
Like
Christmas?
Christmas. Cause
Because there's a Santa.
Santa Claus. That's right.
And also, we can all tell.
And what do you think this occasion is?
birthday party.
And why would you think that?
because there's a
cake. It
Yeah.
says 90, and then there's someone who's about to blow out the candle.
So she's turning 90. And what is this a picture of?
A tractor.
tractor
A tractor?
with a big wheel.
They always did. The ocean.
The ocean.
Well, it's actually not the ocean, it's
The
just a
sun's
lake.
like-
Yeah.
You have a sun.
I wanted to
It's
show
like
you this
sun.
picture because you can do different things with pictures when you take them. Is this the same kind of picture as this one?
No.
What's different about it?
The
There's
windows,
window and there's not.
Yeah, but what about the edges? See, they made
They're black.
yeah, they put an edge on it and they made it soft. And then I was given this picture as a gift.
Very white in the sun.
We only have a few more minutes to talk about pictures, but I wanted to show you these really cool books. You want to look at? There's actually two of them, so you can both look at them.
They're both the exact same ones.
That's right, and I have some things marked on here because why would I have that one marked? Look at the
'Cause they're-
differences. You can take pictures of different kinds of things. Where do you think this is?
Washington, D.C.
And how do you know?
Because
You've
It's
seen
the-
the
I've been there,
building.
in
You've
there.
been there?
that's where the
And,
president worked.
So pictures can take
and that's the Lincoln
tell you about
Memorial.
Yeah, this
places.
is the
Pictures
Lincoln
can
Memorial
there you
where
go.
People have
Can tell you about places.
And they just tell
I
them
wanted
what
to show you this one too.
the trouble is.
Trees. Looks like they're
Look at this one. What's it focused on?
camping. Flowers.
Yeah. But
Oh.
there's part of it that's blurry. When you take pictures, you'll learn fun new words like aperture and focal point and things like that. And it teaches you how to take pictures where part of it is in focus and part of it's blurry. Now, one of the things you didn't notice about these books yet is these books are particularly fun because you can play a game of I Spy. On every page, there's a picture of a little black and white dog.
Found it. Found one.
Now, isn't that a fun way to play with pictures and photography? And the whole book, each of those books, is about finding the. Well, it's also about geography and different kinds of seasons and different kinds of houses and different kinds of places, and they've taken pictures of all of it. But there's also fun with I Spy.
Wait, where is it?
So what do you think about photography? Do you think it's fun?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is too.
I Spy stuff.
I really appreciate you having this conversation with me about photography.
Where's the dog?
Yeah, and like you have to try to find a dog and a wheel. Like,
And did you ever know that there were such fun books about photography in the libraries?
No.
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 I think we should probably check some out. What do you think?
Yeah.
You have to try to find the dog.
You have to find the
Well,
dog.
I'm trying to find a dog.
Well,
On the one-
we're about out of time, guys. So we need to wrap this up. But we need to remind them what program this is. So we want to say thank you for joining us on Read.
Thank you for joining us on
where we
read and explore, ask, and
discover. The books that we explored today, if you're interested in checking them out at your library, entitled Snowflake Bentley, which is a wonderful partnership between history and taking pictures. We also talked about Shadows and Reflections, and the fun part about this book is it doesn't have any words. And then we also talked about two books, Find Momo, which is a type of I Spy where you look for the black and white dog on each page, and it's a really great way of exploring pictures all over the country, places that you might want to visit, places in the country, just really pretty pictures. So thanks for joining us, and I hope you check the books out at the library.
Open a book, discover the world. We can read together, explore with me. The adventure begins, the words come alive. There's so much to choose, come read with me.